From class 9 to 10, I planned for the foundation, just the basics of the studies. And from 11, I started preparing completely for JEE Mains. I play chess sometimes, sometimes online, sometimes with people. Then I also read some storybooks. School used to consume most of my time, so that was becoming a huge problem. So I had to change my school for that. I want to go to IIT Bombay for computer science, but I also have a desire to pursue a research career in maths or science.
Hello and welcome to the Indian Express. I have with me Irradri Basu Khaund, who recently became the topper in West Bengal in JEE Mains 2024. He secured a staggering percentile of 99.9934104. Irradri, thank you for doing this interview with Indian Express
Thank you.
and welcome. Adri, my first question to you would be, tell us about your journey. Like, did you start this journey at a very young age? You're only 17 now, but when did you start this journey?
When I was in class 1 or 2, since that time I had a well, attraction for mathematics and science, apart from other subjects. So from then on, I and my parents realized that we if we need to use this, if my I need to use my passion, then I need to go towards a career of engineering, so where I can use my interests. That's why from early age I had planned this out, that this engineering course. From class 9 to 10, I
Mhm.
planned for the foundation, just the basics of the studies. And from 11, I started preparing completely for JEE Mains and advance.
A lot of our young viewers would want to know what your schedule is like. So if you could tell us what your study schedule is like.
I used to go to my coaching center at 8:30 a.m. in the morning. Then classes would go on till 1 p.m. Then I would have my lunch, and till 7 p.m. I would do self study at the coaching center itself. There, if I had any doubts or any problems, I used to ask my teachers immediately.
A lot of people have these, huge misconceptions about toppers. They think that they study for like 20 hours a day or and a large number of hours a day, or that they are super studious and have no time for anything else. Is that true for you?
I like to study, apart from other little hobbies, as compared to others, I do have an attraction to study. I like to spend my time studying, but that does not mean that I do not like laugh or joke like any other person. I still have some friends and I do talk with them like any normal person. So yes, it is a misconception to some extent.
And if you could tell us how you unwind, what are the things you do to unwind?
Like apart from studying, that I do most of the time. I play chess sometimes, sometimes online, sometimes with people. Then I also read some story books, mainly English books. Like
What has
only this.
what has been the biggest difficulty in your journey? What is the biggest difficulty you had to overcome in this journey?
My difficulties were only that the concepts I had to. Sometimes I did not understand the concepts the way some teacher was teaching, so I went to some other teachers. These were the minor difficulties, and Mm, like the major challenge I had was that normally I used to go to school like a normal student, but that school used to consume most of my time. Now, according to this new schedule for the JEE Mains preparation, I had to spend most of my time for the JEE. So that was becoming a huge problem. So I had to change my school for that. So that was my biggest challenge and the biggest step I took for this.
And what are your future plans?
My future plans would be like I want to go to IIT Bombay for computer science, but I also have a desire to pursue a research career in maths or science. Like I haven't decided that very clearly now, but it's either of the two.
Okay, now I would want your father to join, Mr. Hi, thank you for joining us. Thank you for doing this in Indian Express. So, what,
Thank you.
according to you, as parents, how can you be supportive without putting too much pressure on your child?
Mm, uh, yeah, that's a big concern for all as parents, uh, because we belong to these times when we know that if we are doing the right thing or not, uh, by pushing somebody in some sectors. And these are very competitive exams, I know, and there is no shortcut to that. Nobody is born with such intelligence that they can crack it in with normal schedule. They have to go through a strenuous program involving maybe more than couple of years. So we also had a feeling with us: are we doing the right thing? Are we by providing him the correct, the positive? Is it our push and our encouragement? Is it positive or is it becoming very strenuous to him? That's, I think, every parent has to manage by being in touch with the child. They have to be very concerned about whatever they are being doing. If it's a very, what should I say, a line which can cross any moment, the pressure can become too much. So that has to be. And I think they normally are always in a bigger challenge than we can feel from here. As parents, we cannot feel that they are already in a much of a pressure there. So it's also our duty to actually give those small moments, those relaxing moments, to provide it to them. Be friendly with them very much. Otherwise, we won't be able to know that. I tried my best. I don't know
But
if
this
I've been able to.
but younger kids of this generation are so into so many gadgets, gizmos. That seems to be a big concern for parents, right? So how does one deal with that? The obsession that or the continuous need to be
Yeah,
glued to
it,
the phone or to your device.
it's true. We cannot live without technology, without the advancement in technologies. We cannot live without smartphones. Even I myself did not believe in using smartphones for a long time, but then I felt, hey, no, life is impossible without using a smartphone. Uh, but the thing is that Iradri is a very good child, I would say. That when we talked with him at the very outset about this issue, that if we get involved with the smartphone in a regular manner, as we had been going on, and moreover, previous to this 2 years, there was the lockdown period, and then any kind of studies was online studies. So it was becoming a kind of an essential tool for them. But then we decided if we have to go in the in this methodology, we have to leave the smartphone behind. So it was his decision actually. He kept away the smartphone. I bought him a feature phone.
You just go on. My camera just went off. Just go on.
Okay, okay. Haha. Should I go on with my vocal? Okay. So that's the thing. Uh, I bought him a feature phone, and he was happy with that. This continued for 2 years.
Okay. The one last question to both of you. What is the one thing that one cannot compromise with when it comes to preparing for competitive exams like this?
I think all JEE aspirants, they know regarding these things. they know that they cannot take it very lightly. It has to be a structured one and discipline. That's a must. One has to make up the mind first that whether they want to do it in a proper manner or not. If they have decided it in their mind, then half the battle has been won. And then it's just discipline, stick to the regular routine, maintain it, and continue it. And that has to be done. One cannot compromise with this kind of a discipline.
Irradri?
I think he would be better equipped to tell you about this thing. I've seen him do so.
Irradri, what is the one thing you cannot compromise with when it comes to?
Same thing. The practice and discipline is a must first in order to achieve anything in any field. You have to practice regularly. Your mind needs to be trained for the work. That's something we cannot skip.
Okay, thanks a lot for joining Indian Express. And to our viewers, please keep watching our channel and like and subscribe our page. Thank you, Radhi. Best of luck for your
Thank
future.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.